So let me start with you. What is the inspiration behind Last Call?
Start with him then for that.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a very dear friend of mine that was volunteering for the crisis prevention hotline, and she's also an actress, and she and I have been talking about trying to find a project to work on together. And when I heard what she was doing, it just sort of got my wheels spinning, and I thought that would make a really compelling story, like really getting to see both sides of like maybe the most difficult conversation that somebody might ever have. And I'd worked with Gavin on a single take music video, and I knew he had a love for very long takes and single take films. And so, as I say, like in the world of independent film, if you don't have something flashy or a big name somehow, people probably aren't going to see it. So that was the idea of taking this compelling story and telling it in a way that people would talk about and hopefully remember and want to share.
And I want to ask about the split screen approach. How did you come by that, and like why that approach specifically?
Well, just, we had a film about a phone call, so seeing two sides of a phone call. In a traditional movie, you would cut back and forth between them. So film would have felt empty. We could have just had, either the character of Scott on the phone or the character of Beth answering that phone call and only had the phone call voice. Don't think it would have been as interesting. And then just as soon as we thought, oh, well, what if we did a double split screen? Then I was like, okay, well, that's a challenge I haven't tackled yet, and sounds impossible, and we don't have enough money to make it. So
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Why not?
And how'd you get yourself involved with the project?
Well,
Slept with the director.
I did actually. He is my husband. Yep. No, actually, after these guys wrote the script, they approached me, I think maybe just a couple months before we shot it, and asked me if I would be in it. And I said, of course. It's an amazing challenge. I was trained in theater, so for me it was like coming back home, but kind of marrying a lot of mediums together, which was really exhilarating and a lot of fun for me. So I really
Also,
enjoyed
just
the
for the
process.
record, we are married.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound as bad as it is.
Yes, we are. We're married.
All three of us.
Yeah.
What were the challenges of your characters? I mean, I know you guys gotta hold the phone for a long time, or and you had to play a janitor as well. Can you
Yes.
talk about the research to go into that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think for me, the research was just really who this woman is. I connected to her struggles, and I connected to David's character. Just, I think one of the biggest struggles was not being able to see each other, which was very interesting. But I think in the end, we really connected. You really had to listen. That's all you could do at the end of the day. So it was a challenge, but definitely a blessing at the end of the day. I think it really translated.
Acting over the telephone?
Yes, we were.
It was, I think, just wanting to, suicide's become such a timely topic and nearly reached epidemic levels in certain demographics. And so it was important for me to talk about something that's often taboo in a way that's respectful and really more representative of what's going on, rather than trying to pass any judgment on either side of that conversation, whether it's somebody who's gotten to that point in their life, or somebody who just randomly picks up a phone and is forced into a situation to decide, do I try and save this person's life, or do I just say, I'm sorry, I'm too busy with my own things, and hang up and move on?
Very deep. Profound as well. Last question for you. What is your advice for aspiring independent artists trying to make their films happen?
Don't shoot it in one take. No. Be bold. Whatever you have access to. If it's a camcorder or an iPhone. If you've never written a script and you don't want to be a writer, find other people to work with that will write it for you. Don't feel that you have to do everything, but just start making stuff at any level. If it's going to go on YouTube, if you're just going to show it to friends, if you're going to put it in film festivals. I can't even, off to the side, there's dozens of filmmakers here that are all people that you will meet if you go to a film festival, but you have to get off the couch and make that thing to get in there. So just start wherever you can. Facebook's amazing. All you have to, I wish I had Facebook when I was a young filmmaker to say, hey, who else wants to go make a movie with me? It didn't exist then. It was a lot harder. It's really easy to get a project going. It's never easy to make a film, but just get off the couch and do it. Yeah.
Unless it's about a couch, then
Yeah. That's
you're
right.
already there.
Definitely
Stay
stay
right
there.
on the couch,
Yeah, stay there.